Hi, so I want to talk about narcissistic abuse and character assassination because I've dealt with both, and it can make you just want to give up. It can make you want to give up on your life, and it can really deteriorate you mentally because you know who you are. I know who I am. I do my best. I'm not a perfect mother. I'm not a perfect worker. I'm not a perfect, like, anything. I'm human, but I know that I'm not a criminal or a terrible person or sadistic person. I know that I'm not, you know, anything that's been associated with me in the past. I have a promiscuous past. That's something that I can acclaim to, and I've moved on from that. I've grown up. I have kids. Some things will come back to haunt you. It doesn't mean that it's the end of the world. But when you're dealing with someone that has NPD, and let me just explain, I've have I grew up with a person in my life that I believe has NPD. I can't say for sure. And I will say that these people do talk badly about you behind your back. And it's very covert. Okay. I got the confirmation I needed from a relative that was like, yeah, this person was pretty much assassinating your character, and was sold on the fact that I wouldn't, like, confront you and tell you the truth. No one else has come forward on that side of my family and told me the things that I should know, because they're convinced that I am something that I'm not. And I am not in any position to continuously try and prove who I am. Yes, I know about my past. I know about certain things, but never sold myself. I may have been very liberal. I may have been um, more open, not as conservative as I am today, but I've changed because I am a mom and I just gotten older, but I'm still a bit of a free spirit when it comes to, certain things. Like, I support different people with different religions, people who are LGBTQ. Like, I'm not against any of that. But when it, like, I did have a promiscuous past, and I've changed, I've grown up, and there's no reason for me to go into that. I don't even have energy for people on here that who want to and who do try and sexually harass me, or who do sexually harass me. I just report those people and block them. And it's not just me that has to deal with that. There's a lot of women on this platform that deal with that type of harassment. I deal with it online all the time, and it's exhausting. I'm annoyed of it, but I try to just, not let it get to me too much. I realize that there's a lot of people that are mentally ill, just sick in their mind. Um, and gotta get some help. Uh, I don't know what else to say about it. So anyway, let's go into the character assassination. I have an ex that created a entire Facebook group about me and my life. And there's like pictures of me that are inappropriate that constantly gets reported and taken down. There's personal information about me being shared, and this person has no life. Okay. Why does this? Why is this happening? I, unbeknownst to me, I exposed this person for who they are, and to me, I, you know, had the audacity to move on with my life, and um which I have every right to do. Some These people have a god complex, and they do eventually crash and burn, but they will put you through hell, and their ultimate goal is to destroy your life. Sometimes, okay, not all the time, but sometimes these people pick the wrong person. It doesn't matter how long it takes for me. It could take years, okay? It could take years for a lot of the lies and manipulation that has gone on behind the scenes in regards to my character. It may take years for things to clear up, but I will be here. I will be here. I will be here in the physical. I will be here in the spiritual and the mental. I will be here. I'm not going anywhere. Okay. Um, these types of people want you to end your life. If they could do it for you, they could push you off the edge, they would. I mean, I've done enough research to know just how evil these individuals are. And it's all layers and layers and layers of trauma. What really gets me and what I struggle with to this day, that's why I don't really believe everything that psychologists say about individuals with NPD, but I do agree with a lot. I agree with a lot of what's being said about them and revealed. But the idea, like some people say they have a good intentions, like their intentions, they mean well, they just can't help themselves. And I don't really think that someone that's a covert narcissist really means well. I think that if you create a narcissistic injury or expose them, they don't mean well. At that point, they mean to cause harm. But maybe any other given time, if you're not on to them or you don't expose them, uh then maybe they just feel like, yeah, I'm my idea for you is better than your own desires for yourself. So like maybe they have that sense of entitlement. Regardless, um I've had to deal with character assassination, and I don't know how deep it goes, like how deep the rabbit hole goes. And I don't have that much resources. I don't have a large channel. I don't have like hundreds of thousands of dollars. I don't make six figures, okay? I've had to get on benefits. I've had to work multiple jobs at one point. I am a person that's, like I said, I'm very progressive. I'm a Democrat. I support these programs. Not everyone um, does, or even everyone's so overly political today, and I don't want to get into that. But I will say, um, I don't have as much resources today. In the future, that may change, and where I'll be able to really start fighting back a lot of the damage that's been done. But there are roads that are opening up for me. There are passageways opening up for me personally in my life. Um, and when I'm in a state of despair, I try to connect with spirit. Sometimes when I start to feel low, I turn to spirit, and it just propels me forward and helps me to keep progressing and moving forward. Being exploited, having your name smeared, being targeted, being harassed, and it being all underhanded, so it's happening and you're not necessarily aware. That's really, really, really that's a really terrible thing to have to endure once you're starting to be made once you're made aware of it, once things start to reveal itself. It's a very difficult thing to endure because you don't really know what's going on until someone slips up, and eventually oftentimes somebody slips up, and things begin to unravel. And you get to see how you've been manipulated and how your life has taken a different turn, and how you know there's been opportunities that have been ripped from you or robbed from you. But when you don't give up and you keep moving forward, especially if you're a spiritual person, these people eventually they crash and burn. Most importantly, when you don't give up on your life, you become stronger and you become someone that you're truly meant to be, and you become someone that is great, you know? And if this world is wicked, being popular is not where it's at. So if you have people that are indifferent about you or aren't cheering for you, that's not a bad thing. I think Jesus, and I'm not I'm not trying to like you know, be cliche or anything, but Jesus had a lot of haters. He was not the popular dude. Like, I mean, people today maybe, but in his life, he was not popular. Like a lot of the people, the royal family, the nobles, the Pharisees wanted him dead. They did not like this guy. So again, in a wicked world, being popular is not where it's at. And I think many of us who suffer and endure narcissistic abuse, and we don't give up and we continue to push forward and learn what we're dealing with, create the boundaries that we need to create, we become vigilant. Like we become very strong people, emotionally, mentally, and we do bring forth those other authentic individuals who have power, who have, you know, the intellect and the means to support us so that we can fully break free and safely break free. Um, that's all I have to say for today. I have been doing a lot of research, and I hope that this video makes sense. I mean, it may seem unwarranted just out of the blue, um, but as a woman of color, as a Black woman, my job here is to spread as much awareness and to have a voice and spread as much awareness about my individual experience because I am just a working class person. I'm not I don't have any sponsors. I'm not here making really hardly any money, okay? So it's important to get an understanding and a glimpse of people that are out here and just real people. Not saying everybody with large platform is fake because there are very authentic people with large platforms, but the people you can see the authentic people for who they are. Like if you can see their growth. You can see where they started off, few hundred views in their car, sharing, and they've made progress. They progress and made, name for themselves. It happens. It happens with certain people, not everyone. It just depends on what you desire. For me, I'm more of a writer. I don't really care to have a large platform on YouTube. I want to write a really good book one day and you let that propel me forward. But most importantly, I would like for that to have the recognition that I truly believe it deserves. And it's taken me some time to really find that that story. So anyway, guys, that's all I have. Bye.